The need for money is one of the basic needs of most people in this world. After all, our world is a world of money, in which a person needs money to satisfy almost all of their natural needs and unlimited desires. Therefore, many people ask the question of where to get money, but not everyone gets the right answers to it, because few can and even more so want to give these right answers to people. Of course, we know that there is such a rather interesting thing as a job, going to which and doing something there, as a rule, something that you are not interested in, do not need and do not enjoy doing. You will earn some money in the form of a salary, which, as a rule, most people do not have enough for a normal life. Therefore, it is quite obvious that we, or rather you, friends, should know where else you can get money for a normal, worthy life. I will give you the right answers to this question. I will tell you where to get money, based on my experience and knowledge in this area. Carefully and slowly read this article to the end, and I assure you, you will learn how to get the amount of money you need, in a way that is acceptable to you. Where to get urgent money? The first thing that catches your eye in this question is urgency. Damn, how many people can there be in this world who urgently need money? The question is what, you didn't need it before, you did without money before? No, I understand that situations are different, but when a person asks the question where to urgently borrow money or where to urgently get it, to solve some problem, then it is not clear how this method in his mind should differ from any other way of getting money. Let's assume for a second that special points of assistance to those in need of money will be created all over the world, where money will be given out to all those people who urgently need it for important matters. Do you think that only those people who really urgently need money will go to these points, and only when they really need it? You and I both know that almost everyone will flock to these points, both those in need and those not in need, for urgent and non-urgent matters, and having received free money there at least once, people will flock there every day for free money and will stop working altogether. So no one in their right mind will ever create such points or help anyone with money, indulging the parasitic nature of man by handing out money. Therefore, if you urgently need money, consider real, not fairy tale ways of getting it. Usually, people who urgently need money think about who they can borrow it from, ask for it, or take it on credit. This is a normal practice in our lives. Of course, there are those who think about where to steal money, how to cheat someone out of money, or who to kill for it, but these methods, as you yourself understand, are fraught with extremely negative consequences for the one who uses them. This is not the path in life that I would advise you to take. If you need money, look for those who can give it to you, either as a loan or as a gift, if we are talking about your friends and relatives, or take out a loan, a microloan to solve the problems you are facing. And you don't need to invent anything. All of these, sports betting, casinos, card and other gambling games, lotteries, and so on and so forth, including financial pyramids, are not so much ways to get money as an excellent opportunity to part with it and make problems for yourself. Do you think why people take out loans? Because they simply do not know other ways to quickly get money? It's just that most other methods, too simple and attractive, do not work. Okay, maybe the proletarians really do not understand something for the most part, but businessmen who take out a loan to create and develop a business should understand something about where and how to get money, right? But they do not get involved in any adventures, but take loans if no one lends them money, because this is the easiest and most popular way to get money in our world. However, there are other ways. About them below. Other quick money. Of course, you should not get hung up on loans and credits alone, because there are other ways to get quick money, which each of you should know about. And among them, there is a way that involves selling something for money that a person in need of money can afford to sell. And what can you sell? Well, basically everything, except your own mother and your own ass. After all, if you think about it, how much do we really need in this life, especially at the moment when we are talking about this life itself? What, a car, expensive equipment, all sorts of jewelry made of gold and diamonds, is all this more important than your life or what you need quick money for? Well, you decide for yourself, of course, what is more important to you. I just want to say that people often have something to sell to get quick money, you just need to decide to do it. So, when deciding what to do if you urgently need money, think about what you could sell from what you have. I remember selling half of my apartment to save one important business for me and remain a freelancer, and now I understand how important this decision was for me. There is nothing more important than freedom, even if not absolute, but at least such that you are free from the shackles of an employer. So for this, I think, you can safely sell all the junk that we call our property. But you can sell not only what you have, but also what you can buy in order to sell it later. After all, in order to sell something, you need to buy something, right? This is called speculation, or a profitable deal, in which you buy something for a ruble and sell it, say, for 9 rubles you put in your pocket. It's all about the speed of money turnover. You need to buy something that you can quickly resell and with a pretty decent markup, that is, something highly liquid. Otherwise, you will not get the fast money you need. Just don't ask me about what you can buy to quickly resell this something, since this something is usually called some kind of trick, relevant for each specific time and each specific place. Once upon a time, it was damn profitable to trade those same VCRs, or computers, and whoever could get this outlandish thing abroad to then sell it in our country could make very good money in a short period of time. So turn on your brain and think for yourself what you can buy and then sell, which will bring you good money very quickly. Chips that allow you to quickly make money with the help of speculation always exist. Look for them and you will find them. Making money now. Let's figure out, what can you do, how can you make money, or what can allow you to make money? Think carefully about this question. If it turns out that you can't do anything, then it is quite obvious that you will need to learn something that will help you make money, but at the same time will not be too difficult for you. Well, let's say you may want to become a nuclear physicist and make good money with this work, despite the fact that you currently know nothing about physics and you need to learn it practically from scratch. A reasonable question arises: why the hell do you need this? Not only do you need to choose the most profitable type of activity in our world, but it should also be simple for you, that is, one that you can quickly and relatively easily learn. Perhaps you have a question. Why on earth am I telling you about work as an activity through which you can get money? Because this is not only not very interesting, but also a well-known way of making money without any writing. The answer is simple. Firstly, there are different jobs, and secondly, you still need to be able to find it, and not so much find it as choose it, sifting out all the unnecessary. You must understand how you can earn good money and where you can earn it, right? After all, if this is the most common way to make money, you must know everything about it. True, I will not tell you everything within the framework of this article, but I will throw in some interesting thoughts so that you at least in general understand how you should treat work. Not all people who have a job ask themselves this question, to which I give an answer here. How many people do you know who, despite what they were taught, are eager to work where there is money? No, I am not talking about desires and dreams, I am talking about real actions, about such actions for which people go out of their way to get a good, money-making job. Because if you have a good and correct job, you will have money. And you will only get a good job if you are a good, sought-after specialist in the field where there is money, or if you use connections to get somewhere, or if you kiss the right asses to climb higher. You decide for yourself which method will be easier for you to get a good job. This is your personal business. Personally, I always rely on professionalism, quality, responsibility, and hard work, so I am constantly working on improving these qualities, because I know that smart, hard-working people, even despite the widespread nepotism and connections, are very highly valued. Maybe you will not get into some oil and gas companies and will not take good positions there, since all the positions there are already occupied by those who should and who should not, but you will definitely get a less prestigious and at the same time profitable job if you are a great specialist and just a smart person with whom it is pleasant to work and on whom you can rely. What is needed for this? Strive to be the best in the area that is closest to you, but it is desirable that it is also closer to the money. They say that you need to work at a job that you like, that you love, and then you will succeed in it, which means that you will be able to earn a lot of money on it, if this job allows you to do this in principle. I completely agree with this and live by this principle. I do what I am interested in doing, earning money. But there is another approach to this issue, according to which you can love a job that brings a lot of money, to do it with soul, with desire, with full dedication, with passion. Good work for money is a job that you have a soul for, or one that you've forced yourself to love. But you need to make sure that the job loves you, or the one who can provide it to you. To do this, do not be lazy, improve your professionalism, be an economically profitable person who wants to be paid for work. Nowadays, you can hardly find a real professional, a good specialist, especially in our country, is worth his weight in gold. Such people, if they sell themselves well, are paid very well. All kinds of part-time work are very relevant for our time. You can do a one-time job that is within your capabilities, for which you will be paid immediately. There are plenty of part-time jobs today, and if you are not a squeamish person, you can do some hard and black work, which not everyone will agree to, but for which you can be well paid. If you really need money, then, you can shovel shit, unload bags, and run around with advertising leaflets. In general, there are plenty of options. You don't really need intelligence for such work, unless the one-time job you want to do is overly intellectual. Here, everything depends on your abilities, knowledge, and skills. But I say, if you have no brains, and you need money, do not disdain hard and dirty work and do not be afraid of it. Money does not stink. It is clear that unskilled labor is valued very low, but much will depend on your ability to negotiate. If you can sell yourself profitably, good, if you can't, blame yourself for your weak tongue and lack of cunning. In general, attracting money into your life greatly depends on a person's ability to interest other people. So work on your communication skills, even if you plan to unload bags. Then you will be paid more than those who have a tongue in their ass. Well, if you do not like working for someone else, create a business. This is an excellent source of money. But how to create a business, and how to make a lot of money with it, I will tell you in my next articles. Donation fuck, you will say, you are a man, donation, to hell with it. Yes, I have an extremely negative attitude towards such things. I am generally against a person selling his body, either in whole or in parts, wholesale or retail. For me it is some kind of wildness. Nevertheless, I know that donating blood is not only profitable, but also supposedly useful. They say that this procedure allows you to purify it. Although I am extremely skeptical about such statements, it all sounds too beautiful, profitable, useful, even necessary. They will tell us all sorts of things to get money from us. And yet, people donate blood and nothing, they live. I remember I worked at one job where many women constantly donated blood, earning money this way. But they did not look healthier from it. Although I am not a doctor to evaluate their condition, so I will not say anything. So I am sharing my personal observations with you. You decide for yourself to donate your blood or not. Just do not forget that in order to donate it, you must be absolutely healthy. Some of you might want to pinch off something else from yourself for money, for example, hair, or decide to sell a kidney, or something else that can be sold. My job is to inform you of such an opportunity, the rest is up to your mind. It happens that some financial problems can be so serious that there is no time to think, you have to give up everything you can, blood, sperm, and hair from your ass, just to get money faster. Cheating for money. For last, I left something that every person's soul lies in, no matter what they say about themselves. Cheating other people is in our blood, just not everyone knows how to do it. Whether this is good or bad is another question, but it is there, it is part of our human nature and part of our life. There are many different ways to cheat for money. I will tell you about many of them sometime for educational purposes. And now I will tell you about one of the ways to take money from the population, using the Ostap Bender method, that is, without resorting to violence. The point is that your deception may not be exactly deception. For example, if you are a man, you can start seducing women, mostly single, but if possible wealthy, in order to then beg, fish out, swindle money from them. And vice versa, if you are a woman, you can seduce men and twist them for money, as the so-called bitches, heartbreakers, or whatever they call themselves do, these, as some men say, soulless creatures. Maybe this is not a very ethical occupation, but for someone it can be very useful and the only possible way to quickly earn good, and even very large amounts of money. For example, I know a woman who, with the help of her appearance and the primitiveness of many men who think with their balls and not their heads, was able to cure her mother of a fatal disease. At the same time, she did not even sleep with the men she was conning out of money, although otherwise she was very kind and friendly with them. It is amazing how generous men can be, believing in empty conversations. So this method cannot be excluded from your arsenal. Each of us survives as best we can, so no one has the right to judge us. The main thing is not to steal money. Do not stoop to this level. Why steal money from someone if many people are ready to give it to you themselves? Deception for money exists so that we do not steal and rob each other, but fish out money from each other. After all, deception is a game of the mind. Whoever turns out to be smarter, more cunning, more flexible will get the money, and the fool will lose it. This is a completely humane social Darwinism. These are the methods of making money that I can offer you at the moment. Of course, I know much more than these methods, but I will tell you about them in my subsequent articles. Otherwise, it won't be very interesting to dump everything in one heap and mix it up. There are very subtle, very elegant ways of getting money, which you need to approach carefully, being a prepared person. Some money needs to be grabbed with your raking rake, quickly and roughly. And there is money that, like refined women, like to be approached slowly and smoothly, carefully picked up by clean and gentle hands. So there is a time for everything. Read my site, and I will teach you how to acquire money using different methods, and then handle it wisely.